It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and it's day 1 in Normal Heights. And this is a cute little urban community. Logistics are a little challenging here because the homes are very close together. There's not a lot of street parking, so we're working that out right now. Greg's trying to pull his trailer back into this rather tight space to dump a load of soil. The guys are excavating river rock. This little design space here is going to be home to some really sensational xeriscopic kind of larger plants. This client travels a great deal and isn't interested in a fussy garden. She just wants something really sharp and smart that is water sensitive and maintenance sensitive. So that's what she's gonna get. The Cousin It tree over here is going. A couple of reasons. One, it is very difficult to maintain, and the neighbors are constantly getting scratches on their cars. They try to pull into their driveway, and the tree keeps catching it. And it isn't going to work out with what I'm doing. It's just eating the yard. It's kind of a shame that it's not positioned more toward the center, where I probably could have possibly worked with it. But it's going. And you want to come on back, Ann, and we'll show you the rest. So here is another challenge. Here are her living room windows, and she's got this rather new white vinyl fence, and she wanted me to plant things here that she could see through the windows. And this is way too narrow a space to try to plant anything in the ground. So Greg has constructed some very cool gardens that are custom. They're gutter gardens that are going to be on their own stands, and they will be staged here independently with gutters running through them, so they will not be attached to the fence. Can't wait for you to see that. When I came here to do her initial consultation, I was so impressed with the plants that she does have. I mean, this variegated ovata, the trigona, look at the condition of those plants. I mean, they're perfect. They're perfection. She doesn't spend a lot of time, as I said, with them. And the fact that they are in such remarkable health tells me that this is a great place to grow succulents. Look at this little, I think this is a quichou con. And you will also note that she's got some nutgrass. Nut sedge is the worst. This stuff will pop right up through weed barrier fabric. So the only way to get this is to get the nut, and so you have to excavate this type of grass very, very carefully, and that's what we're going to do. Watch your step there, Hannah. There will not be anything planted here. This is just access. And then here in this small backyard, can you stand it? Isn't this gorgeous, this wall? Ugh. We are going to create a very meditative space. We are going to install a small basalt fountain right about here. And we're going to pull up all of these flagstones and reconfigure them. I don't know how yet, but we'll figure that out. Again, look at her echeverias. There is big, I mean, this is huge. Huge. The Hesperaloe, the Bracteosa, even the Kalanchoe orchialis, which is kind of a persnickety plant. Happy, happy, happy. So, yes, very, very encouraged that whatever I choose is going to thrive. She's going to hand water as needed. We will be removing these planters. Don't think we need it. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to do Petalanthus bracteatus right here to soften this corner. I don't know if I'll do anything up here or not. Maybe we could do some cute specimen cacti, possibly, but I don't know yet. Then over here, because this is a little wider, we're going to do more Petalanthus bracteatus against this part of the fence. So it'll really, really soften things up here. And yeah, so we've got a carport and a driveway. We're trying to split our rock loads, half in the front, half in the back. And we're going to start in the front and then work our way back here. So yeah, be sure and follow. This one's going to be really good. Okay, so we are a couple of hours in and we're waiting on our boulder delivery from KRC. So we're just doing some prep work. I just want to point out to you, the guys now are weeding, and there is weed fabric down over this entire area. But remember, weed fabric only does so much. Many weed seeds come from the sky. They blow in, birds poop, and the weeds will germinate on top of the fabric as well as below it. So it's not a be-all fix for sure. You can see all these weeds. But this space also looks a lot bigger since we got everything moved out of the installation. Yeah, so we're gonna plant all our petalanthus along here. Got those moved back. Hannah and I have lovingly been working on getting this nut grass by the nut, and we're having some success. Luckily, it comes up pretty easy. But this also, the nut grass is literally coming through the weed fabric. And out here, we have dumped. This is 2 yards of amended topsoil. And KRC is bringing me another 2 yards. Because see this rock that was down? I don't want to try and pull all this rock up. It's just too time consuming. So we're just throwing rock on top of it. And if we don't have more soil to mound, that's going to mean some serious digging, which we're not really interested in doing. So we will be bringing in this much more soil and spreading it around. Miguel is doing some extra community service here. This is the city's tree. But, oh lordy, it's just so ugly. So Miguel is lovingly and painstakingly cleaning this palm. Doesn't that look so nice? So much better. So again, can't think of anything better to do while we wait on the rocks. Look over here at how gross it is. I just can't leave this. It's too hot of a mess. So he's made, what have you been at it, like 10, 15 minutes, Miguel?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so in an hour's time, he should have it pretty much all done. It's just going to look so nice. So, water-wise, arrived with our plants, and I got some really, really cool things. In particular, these Pachypodium lemmerii. How cool is this creature? And this creature. I love that they're not perfect. They're just so interesting. I've got 3 gorgeous giant barrels from Altman Plants. Altman owns Waterwise Botanicals, and sometimes we get some of Altman's overstock there. And yeah, so got those. I've got a couple Philifera. I got a really nice Perryi. I've got Yuccas, Desmedianas, Hectia. And then my usual suspects that I use for fills, my undulatas and my blue elf. And I got my portulacaria, my yucca rostrata. This is another really interesting yucca. And look at Miguel's progress on the palm tree. How about that, right? Doesn't that look so much better circumcised, right? Yeah. Really does. Okay, so this is the end of day uno. We will catch you tomorrow for day 2. We're still waiting for our rocks from KRC. They should be here before we leave, hopefully. We're having 2 more yards of soil brought in too. And then tomorrow's going to be a big day of staging boulders and getting plants in the ground. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and day 1 in Normal Heights. Bye, guys.